put it that way, you and your marker can go to hell.
You signed my man death warrant, bro. Mercer's crazed.
No! God damn it!
And a slow death in stasis.
Smoky ass tequila, agave.
Here we go. Here we
No,
come.
I got that.
Here
And then you
come.
got
Here
CeeLo.
come. Here
Come
come.
on.
Thank you, Winston.
Hey.
Here goes that Murph Man.
Here come the Murph Man, baby.
O.D.D.
Game
night.
Review, baby. Y'all see the RBG pinky ring. You see the drinks. You see the Murph Man.
Yeah.
The background. You know what time it is. It's time for another O.D.D. Games Night review.
Station's out. Just
You got me. You got me. You see, you had me. I was frozen. I was hoping with the Mercer joint and kill me with the slow motion. Let's kill the music. Let's get ready to get into this. I want to see what the Murph Man thinking about. Let's do it. Dead Space ReMake. 15 years later. Cold. My God, what's going on with you and the Murph Man?
how you feel, baby boy? How you feel with it?
Chinchilla,
You
like
know me.
I'm back on the man.
Yes, sir.
I had the C word for a minute. Just tested.
I know.
Just tested.
How you feel? You feeling better? Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
tested negative.
Job.
That's why.
Good
That's
job.
why.
And you know what? You're sounding better. Though. You got more color in your sound like man.
Yeah. You know, edited whatever. I didn't get to play the game as quickly as I wanted to until I got the C word. And as you know, Captain, once I got to sit still and get down on the Ishimura, I burned.
Yeah. You put some fire on that ass. You put some fire on that ass. That's for sure.
But check this out for this review. You know, I'm gonna add a few little tidbits of what you said, but this ain't even really about me and my review. I know I'm one half of O.D.D. Games Night, but see, this is about the Murph Man review of the Dead Space ReMake. And very quickly, I'm gonna do a quick backstory and tell everybody why this is a review for the Murph Man and why it's special to me. All right, I'm gonna take you back to the year of our Lord, 2007/2008. Oh yes, we're going back in time, right? Two games, two genres got introduced to the both of us in that year. I introduced the game to Murph. Murph introduced the game to me. Very quickly, Murph tells me I have to go download this demo in that year. The demo was Battlefield Bad Company. I had never played shooters before. I would mostly just play, RPG, single player games, some sports games, some fighting games. Those were pretty much my things. I didn't really do the shooters. He was like, you got to download this demo. I downloaded it. This guy and I played Battlefield. Like to this day, we'll still play it. Okay.
And it's still on the internet. It's still out there.
Yeah. I had a similar experience that year with a demo. It was hard as hell and it scared the shit out of me. It was the Dead Space original demo. And I was like, this game is crazy. And then like a few months later, the actual game came out. I played it. It reminded me of Resident Evil on steroids in space. And I was like, if anybody appreciate this game, it's my man Murph. I get him a hard copy. This is still disc time. Yes, PS3, you could down. Oh, wow. He's got it right there. He got it. He's got it right there. So P3. I get, but this is what's funny, y'all. He called me. He like, Captain, I saw the original opening scene. He was like, it is hot. He was like, but I can't play it.
I can't play it. I couldn't play it back then. It was too, I told you, I was just coming off Resident Evil, and that was like Resident Evil, like just injected. Just with
the clear, with all the steroid juice.
God, with just all the juice, all the yes, sir.
all the berry bars.
All the juice, call upon the juice. And yeah, when that came out, I put it down. I didn't even play it no more. I didn't even think about it that day.
Captain, I'm like, cheers to you. You still damn guy, he still has it. So this is why this special, man. It's 50.
Fast forward.
Yes, it's 50. Fast forward 15 years later. Like I said, now my daughter is 16 years old. She was just born when this game first came out. We get to relive it. The Murph Man, 2 years ago, we upgrade to the series. We on the Xbox Series S and X, the next gen, right?
Yes.
And he had this maybe about a month, and I'm like, Captain, these things so hot, they make old games look good. I'm like, I checked out Dead Space, it looked good. This was like lunchtime during the day. That evening, the Murph Man is like, hey, dog, Dead Space look good as hell. He like, I started playing it. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. I'm like, on chapter 2.
Yeah, dog. Yeah.
And that was it. He played through the entire game, man. 2 years ago, the original
and
Dead
that's a good
Space.
thing for me right there. You know, I played the whole game.
Because that's the other thing. Games that get Murph's attention for like at the beginning, and then usually it'll phase out of him by like halfway or whatever. And it was like, it was cool. It was like, yes, I salute you. No.
Got it.
Captain was like chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. I'm out.
Get out of here.
Get the out of here. So, as somebody that had kind of like, they saw the game originally when it first came out, but wouldn't mess with it because it was just, you know, that intense.
Yeah, it was too much. Yeah,
somebody that got to freshly enjoy it 2 years ago and didn't have this remake come out. I definitely want to see this through your eyes. Definitely.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I am so envious. I am so envious of the people that never played it before. You understand? Because
how so?
Because it's just like with me, like I say, it's different, and Isaac is still, you know, this is like it's very hard not to give it 5 stars. You understand? But if you never played this before, see what I say with me, and it's different but the same. A lot of stuff I already was expecting. Like I knew how to cut them and kill them at the arms and limbs and everything. So I feel as though that gave me an advantage of some stuff. But again, if you never played this, man, then the puzzles.
Yeah. You know what? And we're going to go down, and I'm going to have you answer the stuff in our normal format, and then I'm going to throw 2 other questions in. But it's something you just said just now about how you were saying you were a little bit envious of somebody that hadn't played it before. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you were like, you knew certain things like, you know, how to cut them, you know, if you were just new, you may not have known about the dismemberment or whatever.
Exactly.
But it really was balanced though. What I mean by it was a balanced experience if you had played the old one or if you had not. And the reason I'm saying that is because Motive, the development team, you know, that did this one, they played on the fact that they knew a lot of us were hardcore Dead Space fans, and we knew that game in and out. And they set up traps for our asses. We would expect one thing to happen, and then they did something else based on the fact that they knew we had knowledge of the game like that. So they did a good job balancing it, whether you had played the old ones or the new ones or whatever. They was gonna mess you up regardless. All right.
Quality restored. Processing control room is now accessible.
What the? Oh my God! This is bull. I had no idea those goddamn things kept you fucking. And why the fuck did they not burn up? That was cheap. That was cheap as fuck, man. Oh wow. Oh wow. You know what? Yeah, I'll be back. I'm not even finna do this again right now because that was cheap as fuck.
Exactly. And you're right, because I just said it. It's still so close to 5 stars right now, man. And it's just as hot as ever, dog.
Okay.
It's hot as ever, man.
So really right quick, we're gonna do the regular categories. I want the Murph Man's assessment. Start with number 1, graphics. How did you what your eyeballs took in? How did you feel about what your eyeballs
Let me tell you something.
was taking in?
Graphics, you can't say nothing bad about Dead Space remake. There was nothing bad you could say about it. I mean, they keep even when you. It's just like, and I remember I told you this before. Mm-hmm. This is way back in the first one. We had completed that one. Mm-hmm. How the camera view? It's like I don't know how it's like. It's almost like a free zone. How like when you turn, you see everything.
It's almost like a 3/4 dimensional hologram, and they do a perfect job with like you said, with the camera placement does according to how you move it. At first, it's almost cumbersome and confusing, and then when you get used to it, it's almost like art how you manipulate them, like where I want to see, where I want to go. You're right, man. You're right. Man. I'm not even gonna lie. 3D. For me, graphics really with everything in this game, because you're right. What you just said, it's hard almost not to be like, it's a 5-star game. Okay. 5-star, or if you're going out of 10 out of 10 has absolute perfection. That's why a lot of times you want to see people throw those out. But I'm gonna say this: when I had to find stuff to say about this game, I'm gonna go ahead and say I have to nitpick to do it. That's how much I'm not even, and I'm saying this, and I told you this, Captain. This is coming from somebody. I went into this game wanting to hate on it. Yep. Murph knew this. I wanted to hate on it because I like the old developers. They had just done Callisto. I was a fan of Callisto. I kind of didn't feel like they was getting a fair shake because this game was coming out on the tail end of it, blah, blah. So I wanted to hate on it. But I'll say this. Graphics, like you said, Captain. I mean, if we going out of 10, I'm gonna pop it a 8.5. The only reason I wouldn't go 10 out of 10 with graphics, again, I'm nitpicking, but I think they did great with the Ishimura. Like, look at Isaac even in my background, man. The detail in the suit, look at the metallics, plastics, all of that is right. The only thing I could nitpick with the graphics on visuals would be the actual character renderings, the actual facial renderings of the actors. Like, those, in my opinion, are not as detailed as like what you see in Isaac's suit. Like, some of their faces are a little bit last gen. Like, if you go when you play, you look at Kendra and them, like, their hair almost don't even move freely from their face like games and stuff does now. And if I'm going to do the Callisto, Protocol, Dead Space comparison, Callisto was on point with their environment and their facial actors. They actually went and got actors and they rendered their faces to perfection. It was sweat coming on them, all of that type. So again, Dead Space graphics, damn near perfect. I'm nitpicking. If I have to nitpick in order to not give it a perfect 10, it's the character renderings. But everything else, dog, it was great.
Yeah. It's crazy, dog.
Cray.
That's great.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Off to the next category, which is sound. Because the reason I'm speeding through these first categories, because I want to get to the meat of it, and the meat is at the very end. And this is what, and I'm gonna tell you what they are, so you can already be thinking about them. The last two questions are comparisons questions. Okay. And first, I want you to compare the remake to the original. And your experience, right? And I also want you to do the elephant in the room comparison of Callisto and this, right? That's why I'm speeding through graphics, sound, and that, because I want to get to the meat down there. So, speaking of, let's hit sound. As far as when you had your headset, what eardrums were taking in, how did you enjoy that?
Once again, Isaac is stupid, dog. What sound is like? Once again, you had your headset, so you be like, "What the hell is that right there, man?" And they got all types of just you just hear all in the background, man. It's never a dull moment. And it's like the longer you sit there, the more. If you just sitting there, just standing there, it's like you just get more intensified. Throughout the sound, like.
Captain, thank you with that. Thank you for you bring up some good stuff. First of all, like you said, you were never in a part, and I'm doing a double negative on purpose, but you would never not hear anything. As Murph said, I was just standing there fumbling through the map, and I heard baby screaming. I'm like, how do I hear a baby? It's chapter 11. everybody should either be dead or turn to a necromorph at this point. Why do I hear a baby screaming? But like you say, man, the ambient noise is superb. The clinking and clanking. But I like what you said when you said something. Like you'll hear Isaac sigh, right? Mm-hmm. If you pay attention, you'll hear Isaac do a lot of things. When he takes damage, when he gets hit, depending on the type of hit, he'll make a noise different from a slight little to a like it'll really be a difference in the noise he makes. That was very good in the design of doing that. But also, I don't know if you noticed when you pop a Red Bull. And for us, you know, on O.D.D. Games Night, Red Bull is the small single med pack. Just look like a little Red Bull. You pop as soon as you get them. It gives you wings for a second. And there's no reason to take up pocket space for them things. But when Isaac pop one, Captain, you hear the noise of it or whatever in the clip. But if you listen to Isaac, he'll give you a slight
He needed that.
He will give you a slight Canada dry.
He needed that. He needed that.
That's superb sound right there.
Yes, sir.
Superb sound.
Man, that's a serious game. Right
it is.
Now, let's keep going.
Yeah. Now the other one with the sound though, because the other one with the sound, explosions, the basses, like the deep booms, rumblings of explosions sound very good in there. The vacuum. They do. I don't know how the hell they make it sound like you're in the vacuum. When she goes, Zero, you are now entering zero gravity. You feel like you have entered zero gravity.
I cannot remember what room it was in. Let's see. Like an engine room or something. But when you run through there with your headset on, dog, you hear every chugga. You hear every cylinder as if you were actually in a warehouse.
Yep.
I'm telling you,
like
man.
Right now,
it's stupid.
I still hear those Chapter 6 sprayers. Those things that was like deep.
Oh yeah.
Deep. Like if I hear that, all of a sudden, like, oh, don't get sprayed, don't get burned up. Great sound.
You hear the roar of the flame, dog.
Yes, great sound.
Yeah, man.
Great sound. All right. Hey. All right, now. And I know what you feel about this, but we got to bring it up because it's the next part of the official O.D.D. review questioning. The gameplay. How did you like the gameplay?
Once again, you got to give it up to and it's so crazy because it takes me back to just the original one, but this is even better because they remade it to like what you would probably think. But my gameplay with Isaac, it's never a dull moment, man. They don't, it's not and I'm gonna tell you another thing, and they took this out, which really gave, it increased it for me. Now, when I tell you what it was, it's so much more gameplay. You always off on a mission, go to the tram, go to the bridge, and the second you do that, you off doing some other, it's never no dull moment. But what I've noticed, what they cut out, at least I have, and I complained about this, I'm like, come on, they got too many cutscenes that you can't skip out of them.
You can't skip them.
They don't have that. I haven't ran into it too many cutscenes.
No.
This period. You get that one, and then that's just you continue.
There's a few of them, but yeah, they go. Gameplay. I'm with you on that one. This was another one of those areas I thought that you either had to leave it exactly like it was or you was gonna F it up, you know, motive. And I have to say they didn't. Remember my first day. So I don't really know anything about the game yet. Hell, I posted damn TikTok videos that got a lot of damn views. I'm telling you, man, about the running.
I don't like that, bro.
Well, it's because I didn't know how to properly run. That was the reason I was fussing about it, because I was holding the button down as opposed to just all you have to do is tap it. It's like a cancel, uncancel situation. Yeah. But with that being said, with the gameplay, this is what I appreciate. The customization of the control layout. You can literally go in there and be like, no, I want this to be exactly like Dead Space 1, Dead Space 2. Once I switched to Dead Space 2, it was off to the races. It was comfortable. It was what I was familiar with. It was the bomb. Here's the other thing with the gameplay that they mess with that I could not believe they messed with, and I cannot believe in every occasion I like. They tinkered with the alternate fire of every one of those weapons, and I love them. And I loved the old versions. So
I'm glad you said that too.
Yeah. No, you go ahead. I had to bring that up because I liked them.
My Ripper has never been. I saw the one that picture that you posted with all the nose filled up on the Ripper.
Taste
you
the
know
rainbow.
What I said to Willie? Let me tell you something. I said I can't even imagine. Don't nothing want to get hit by that. Nothing want to get hit by that Ripper right there, dog.
Taste it. I saw you over there. Taste the rainbow. You saw it, Captain. And
I've seen it.
Those that know, they know what this is.
Oh my God, the damage had about 6 to 7.
This is what I didn't want to do. Captain's that's my baby boy.
Oh yeah, you can throw that, do whatever you want to do. I didn't want to
take damage. Hold on, really quick. Really quick. No. I gotta.
You told me they ricochet around.
Oh yeah, it's Captain America.
Yeah,
but look. This is what I'm giving you though, and you finna see why. Wait till I tell you this, because the Murph Man. He put me on, right? He put me on the alternate fire of the line gun. See, the line gun is already magnificent for just cutting off ankles in regular fire, right? But then it laid out these laser traps, right?
Oh yeah, dog.
Now Murph hey man, you put your traps down, blah, blah, blah. You know, I ain't got time for that.
You ain't got time to.
I'm sticking it straight in the monsters. They running around just lazy. But Captain, let me tell you something else, dog. Guess what happens when you drop mad nodes in it? And you find a specific special feature upgrade, Captain, it turned that single laser into 3.
Oh, man.
Captain, when I lay a trap down, 3 laser lines come up, and I'm talking about it is not pretty. It is not pretty.
They already don't want to walk through one. They already.
I'm making chop meats.
Yeah, give me what's in your pockets, dog.
Yeah, Captain, you know I'm asking everybody what they got on my 40.
Thanks for the bike. What you got on my 40, homie?
And then we don't even want to talk about the baby black holes with the force gun.
I used that today.
Captain, come on, man, give it to me. Give it to me.
Yes, sir.
Give it to me.
Yeah, again, Dead Space is crazy, dog.
With
that force gun,
the gameplay and y'all tinkering with the guns, and I'm telling you, this is from a guy that wanted to hate. I wanted to hate.
Hey, you know another one is mine. I can't even remember. We can go on the guns all night. The flamethrower. That flamethrower, for some reason, for me, it be roasting their asses, dog.
The Wildcats.
Roasting their asses. Roasting their asses.
But Captain, this
all their weapons.
It really, I gotta throw this in very fast because it took me 2 entire gameplays. And I'm saying 2 entire gameplays because I was on chapter 12 when I noticed this. Today, this morning. So that's 2 chapter 12s. 2 gameplays. I'm at the end of the game again. Do you know those wall guys? You could stasis them, and that's the end of it. Tentacles fall right off.
Did not know that.
I've been doing all of this hardcore battling with them, wasting all. What happened, Captain? I was like, let me stasis this cat while I switch weapons and then come out and flamethrow his ass, Captain. I came back around the corner, he was dead. I was like, fucking damn, I've been doing all of this battling on them damn things, and all you gotta do is throw 1 stasis beam at them. They die, they out.
Okay.
So take that. And if anybody else down play it and use a lot of resources on the wall, tentacle throwing creature, stasis them and they done. Or it could be common knowledge and everybody knew that except me.
No, now you know I ain't know.
Captain, like you and me, Mr. 99 Save.
99. Oh yeah, I love
99
it.
bottles of saves on the wall.
I love it. Save it. Save that. Save that spot right there.
I didn't use it as much as I probably should have. All right, the Murph Man is back. We got our drinks back on. We off to the next subject, which is going to be story. What does the Murph Man think about the story? Now, it's a story that's familiar, but it's got tweaks in it. So I want to know what you think about that.
And once again, even with the tweaks, it's, again, I just said this is close to a 5-star game, man. And for me, it's not just the fighting and everything that keeps me involved with right there, because I'll get to a point where I'll be like, I can't make no more moves. I've turned it over. But the story is real good. And my girl, she's so bad. The dark-haired chick, the later chapters, you be like, hold up, how she talking to me like that? Like she really just don't care. But it's a good story though, man. The marker, and I'm upset because, like I say, I have read somewhere, and I think you told me this before too, though. When I asked you about it, you said they're not making no more. You understand, like of the Dead Space series after 3.
It wasn't me. I don't know.
It wasn't you. I think they supposed that somewhere I was reading that.
I'm sure you did read that, but I hadn't heard. I really like that. I'd just be happy if they remake the next 2 like they did this one.
Man, I don't see no reason why they're not. It's impossible.
2 is coming.
2 is definitely coming. 2 is definitely coming, dog. But it's a good story. You're like Dead Space, man. If this is what you do, if this is what you do, you're like Dead Space. There's no way. It's hard for you not to.
I'm with you on that. And again, as a person that definitely liked the story, the old one, I liked that they did is they added a lot of the side missions and stuff, especially like when you follow Nicole's hologram around and stuff. Like these were tidbits of information you didn't get the first go around, and you were interested in these people. Jacob Temple, I wish he had survived, man. This is acting chief engineer Jacob Temple. I'm taking Danvers down to the engineering corps. What are these damn unitologists? Man, he was trying to. He was literally Isaac before Isaac got there, but he didn't have enough. He didn't have enough.
Well, you know what your girl said. She told me I was a surgeon with that.
That's what I mean with the added story. You did not get that in the beginning. You did not get that in the beginning. She was like, I've never seen you at work. You're like a surgeon with that thing. How do you not go to the room and get your damn SOS beacon and be like, yeah, I damn gonna run up. I'm like a surgeon.
I'm a surgeon with this damn thing, dog.
A surgeon out here. What Hammond say? What Hammond say? You ask Hammond, he like, hey man, you do know I'm not a nuclear engineer, right? I don't need you to be. He like, you weren't trained to cut up monsters with a plasma cutter either, but you've been doing that to perfection. You ain't let us down yet.
No sir, not Isaac, man. Not Isaac. You see him in the background, dog, man.
So story. On, man. And here's my last thing too with the story. I like the additions where they gave us extra information. But here's why the story of Dead Space stacks up so well. And it's because it's multifaceted and it's more than 2 prongs in it. It's not like you have a good guy and a bad guy. You got like 3 or 4 different things going on. So you have EarthGov that found the markers a long time ago, remade the things and wanted to test them. So they went to Aegis 7, tested, saw that they made these things instead of an energy source, and they buried it there, right? So hundreds of years later, the CEC, the company Isaac and Nicole and everybody works for, they get greedy and they go mess with that planet that's supposed to be off limits. So here's the thing. Greed, right? So that's 2 factions, right? But then here's the other part that you don't take into effect. Some of these people look at this the unitologists. So they also are so now you think about the Ishimura. You got greedy ass CEC people that wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. You got EarthGov folks being like, y'all done uncovered something that's Kendra works for. But then you got unitologists that's like, oh, praise the guy Parker, and they running around helping. It's crazy. And that, my friends, is what Callisto didn't have.
Yeah.
They didn't have that intricate of a plot of like what the it just had you really, really, really. I loved it, and I love the story and stuff or whatever, but that's why it didn't stack up to this story.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Callisto. Yeah.
And since I kind of done segued now into a slight comparison, I do want the Murph Mans, because you went almost all the way. You was on the very last damn chapter of Callisto Protocol, so you pretty much went through the whole game on that.
It wouldn't even have mattered. It wouldn't even have mattered. Honestly, it wouldn't have mattered. To me, it's not. To me, like I say, off the rip, Callisto's a pretty cool game. It really is. It's a different game, different characters. Isaac, he's an engineer. That's what he do. You know, he's a surgeon with that damn thing. But different games, right? Different games. But I'm telling you, Isaac is just a better game. I mean, it's just like I say. If you said Murph, I got $49.99, man. I want to play me a good game.
You can only get one of them. God, that hurts. That hurts.
I'm gonna get one of them.
That
it's
hurts.
so bad that I'm gonna tell you, Isaac's so fast. You understand? But I will also tell you this: if Callisto drops on Game Pass, play it.
Yeah. That's a good Captain. I don't think I'd add anything to that, man. You're right.
That's what I would say.
There's reasons why, like I said, for me, the story is one of the big. It doesn't really have much to do with the gameplay. A lot of it is the story as to why the Dead Space remake is the better game. The intricacy with the stories.
They give you so much, man.
And that's what I'm saying. What they added with the extra explanation with the
side
characters.
mission.
And then that was the other thing I was getting ready to say. Excuse me. Another place Callisto fell short was with variety of play. Remember, initially you couldn't do the new game plus, where you got to run back through with all your old stuff. That's why I hadn't even done it, because it wasn't even offered until after we started playing this already. Also, Captain, this game has an alternate ending where they entice you to play it again. I effed it up. Remember I was telling you I was finding these marker fragments? Well, they pop up in the second time you play it. They don't pop up the first time. That's why I didn't notice them.
So I'm going to get that.
There's 12 of them. If you find all 12, you then in like chapter 11, go place them in the office on an altar. And you get a different ending when you beat the game. Captain, I got all the marker pieces, but I didn't want to be spoiled with the ending or whatever. I didn't see or read the part where I had to put them on the altar, so I just thought you had to have all 12 of them when the game ended and you got a different ending. And here's the other thing: I didn't save before chapter 12 because I missed the note.
Why would you save? You only get 99 of them.
And the problem is, once you go to chapter 12, you can't go back to any previous shit. So I want to see the alternate ending, which would be this summer, because I'm not playing this game again. I done played it 2 times.
No, we got so many more coming up.
Yeah, we got a lot. To do. But my point is, it's a lot more variety. They gave a lot more variety off the rip of different ways to play.
Let me tell you something. Them boys in Dead Space, they ain't selfish with the monsters. They go to the trunk and let you and your folk get it.
Captain.
They go to the trunk and let you and your folk get it.
Captain.
I'm coming right down.
Hold on. Captain, you coming on. But hey, let me tell you this. And you knew I did this on purpose. And I know the hardcore Dead Spaces. I know y'all went out there probably on the rip on hardcore. That's the way they want you to experience. You run out there on hard, you gonna feel it. I ran away from most encounters blinking red zeros on ammo. Like some battles I won by stomping because I didn't have to shoot at them with.
Be like that sometimes.
Isaac,
Stick man.
Baby. Hey, what, Captain? I told you I had some battles. I said the Murph Man would have been proud.
Man,
I grabbed a pipe off the wall and shot it at him.
Use what you got, dog.
Again, that's what you gotta love about that game.
Exactly, man. It
You
makes
see
you
fire
think,
barrels.
dog.
You see something. You
Man,
gotta grab that.
Let me tell you, I never walk around nowhere with nothing in my hands. Are you serious?
Hold
Are
on,
you
Captain.
serious?
Hold on. Here's Captain. Let me tell you something.
If it has to be a rock, you understand?
This is a tip from O.D.D. Game Night.
Need to find somewhere.
If you see too many dead bodies,
Yes,
get them out of the room.
Pile them up.
Get them, no, Captain. I start being worse than that. I
What'd you
start
do?
taking them out of
Let's see what
the
happens.
room.
I'll put these down
Wow,
bodies.
nice.
Guess what happens when you take them out the room? Them
see
little
it.
butterflies, just fragilest.
I bet, and they are too.
They fragilest.
are
See,
too.
they power is turning a bunch of people to make your room chaotic. You take all them dead bodies out of the room, makes them encounters a whole lot easier. Take them out of there. Get out of here.
Bye, baby.
Yup. Yup.
Bye, bye, sweetheart.
Hey, Captain.
Tell the jokers, yes, sir.
Out of 10, man, what you giving it? The Dead Space remake by Motive, out of 10, what does the Murph Man give it? What does the Murph Man
it's
give
so
it?
hard. I'm not gonna, because 10 has to be perfection.
Perfect.
It has to be perfect.
But your rating is your rating. If it was a perfect game to you, then it was a perfect game to you.
And for me, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna go, and this is the number that just keep popping in my head right now. Seriously, 8.5.
God.
That's the number that keep pops in my head, dog.
My number was 8.5, Captain.
Yes, sir.
My number was 8.5. It was like I was teetering on 9.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teetering on 9. Hey, you know what? Cheers
sir.
to Motive. Cheers to Motive, because again, this is the development company under EA that I wanted to hate on.
But listen, O.D.D. Gang Night, I'm so glad to be here this evening, for real. We're gonna...
Oh, you go ahead and step it up, Captain. I'm just giving you some underlying theme music. You go ahead and do what you're doing, Captain, because you know,
Yeah, there we go. That's Isaac, baby boy. Listen, you know O.D.D., naughty guy, we told you. If you don't know, you will.
That's right, baby. Appreciate y'all checking out another one. This is O.D.D. Games Night. Game review. It's the Murph.
We love you.
QT Dub.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all checking us out. Hit that like, subscribe, be like LL.
There you go, right there. It's right there.
And rock the bell. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of the next time O.D.D. Games Night hits the scene. Peace.